Hi everybody, this is Lola Singer coming with another video where I tune into the energy of one of the cards in the Thoth Tarot deck. I'll explain a little bit of the imagery first and then sing a song that reflects the energy of the card through something that's called light language. Light language is just channeling high vibration, bring it down to earth through, people do it through writing, they do it through dancing, they do it through hand movement. In this case, I'm going to do it through a song. Want to let the people know who've been watching regularly, I'm going to take a little break with the cards. I have been advised that one a day is a little too much, so we'll just do it every couple days. But I did want to show you today the Prince of Swords. He is all about thinking, 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 thinking. We're looking at a card that is representing the element of air, and which is also shown here as swords, because a sword can cut through the air as quickly as we can change our thoughts. And that's what this guy is very good at doing. He has a lot of thoughts. He's pure rational mind. That means there's no emotion involved. It's just pure thought. The pure thought is the most important thing to him, which means he can think a lot of things. Okay, but he can also change his mind and think the opposite thing just as easily. So he can be represented as, for example, maybe the salesman who sells something that we think is a little bit sketchy, but because he thinks every thought is good, he sees nothing wrong in what he's selling. It's just an idea, and he loves ideas. Now, at his best, he's very good at breaking through barriers, and that's why he's got that long sword in his hand on the top. It's orange. He also has a sickle in the other hand. So this is representing bringing in new creative thoughts is the straight sword. The sickle is killing off that thought. So that's what I'm trying to convey here. He thinks fast. He loves thinking. The joy of thinking is what he lives for. So whatever he thinks is good, is in his mind. He also is got this green body, which is representing the intellect here, and the yellow is also associated in the Thoth deck with thought as well. So the reason I'm kind of showing that green body there is because it's almost impossible to see, because it's more linear. It's got lines to it. It almost looks like a geometric painting rather than a person. But that's because in the Thoth deck, when we see a person who isn't looking real curvy, if they're more linear like this, that means he's dealing with a lot of man-made thoughts. So some of his thoughts are pure intellect coming from him. Others are man-made thoughts that he's struggling with. And then he's got 3 children in the front of the chariot pulling it. And they're going in different directions. They're all scattered. So that's also a representation of, where his mind is going all over the place. So that's why he's struggling with that chariot. And he's in this posture because it's a real effort to keep it going straight. However, if he does keep it going straight, once again, that's when he becomes the force that can cut through barriers. So he's got that as a really good aspect. However, there's a lot of challenges. When I've gotten this card in the reading for people, when it turns out to be their birthday card, interesting enough, I've had a few people tell me, you know what, I've struggled with ADHD. And they go, that makes perfect sense. Because that's hard to overcome. That's a lot of thoughts. You have to work to be focused. So that's the kind of personality that this particular prince is. Now, he is being sent to Earth to deliver a message. I don't know if you remember that from other videos here. The knight and the queen come up with a concept. They send the prince down to bring the message to Earth, and then the princess does the work on Earth. She's the one who makes it manifest. So he does get his messages through because there is a princess of swords. She actually is working on Earth, but once again, it is a struggle for him because there's so much richness for him as far as thought goes. So this is going to be interesting. I have no idea how this guy will sound. I really don't. You know, I admire people, like I said, who have a lot of thoughts, who are able to focus and get it together in order to overcome that. And that's the great part of the prince. The part of the prince that is not as wonderful is that he just doesn't see right or wrong as far as thought goes. So I have no idea how this will sound. Let's go. Prince of Swords. Yisalane se ona mahe anane ona mahale ona mahayo. Imehe ana he ana he ana he ana he yo. Yana mahayana hayana 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 hayana. Halane ona mahayana 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 mahaya. Yona mahalane yona mahalaya no halaya no halaya no hala. Anasalane yona mahala mahale yona mahayana mahayana maha. Henesea hamaleo hamalana saladeo no mahayana halaya no maha mahala mahala. Anatalanea Amakeo no mahala mahaleo mahalana mahala. Amasala neo no mahama. Amateo no mahamala. Amahala neo no mahala nahalana. Amanamahana teo no maha. Alatea no sarana maya no. Amasala neo no maha. Imototo pala teo no mahala mahaleo mahala. Amasala mea hala nahaleo no. Amateo nama 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 no. Amaneo toro malateo sona. Amaleo amanana na. Asateo kero malateo sapasa seka. Anateo kala ne kohonama. Anateo tono mahaleo no mahaya neho no matea alate sera. Malateko. Malateko Mateo no Matea Amateo Deo no Mahala Meho no Mahalaya Neo no Mahala Asera no Mahaleo no Mahala Maheo. Oh boy, that was really fast. All those thoughts were moving around. However, I feel like after singing that, I'm very uplifted. So I feel like, yeah, he got the message through. And what was very interesting is there's no duplicity there. We talked about how every thought is good, you know, whether we might put a value judgment or not. And I did get that impression that he's perfectly happy. He likes what he's doing. I didn't expect that. You know, here I am. I'm proud. I love thoughts. I'm just going with them, you know, and I'll just keep it up. Okay. Wow. All right. So I will be back in a couple days with some more with the Thoth deck series. And thanks for watching. I hope this was interesting for you today.